Hello everyone, welcome to the course Lasers, Fundamentals and Applications. In the previous lectures, we have seen the introduction to lasers, their various characteristics. We have also studied the interaction of radiation with matter. We have also considered three processes, namely absorption, spontaneous emission and stimulated emission. We have also studied the population inversion condition and metastable states. In this lecture, we are going to study the absorption and gain coefficients and relation between them. Let us first study absorption coefficient. When light is incident on a substance, there may occur reflection, transmission, absorption and scattering of light to varying degree depending on the nature of the substance. So, you can see the incident wave that may be absorbed or that may be transmitted or that may be scattered or that may be reflected back. A light wave incident on a transparent solid induces periodic oscillations of orbital electrons in step with their own frequency. So, in the solid materials, we have the atoms, and inside the atoms the electrons are revolving around the nucleus. When the light wave incident on this transparent solid, it induces oscillations of these orbital electrons. So, these oscillating electrons act as point sources and emit secondary waves in all directions. If the medium is homogeneous, the secondary waves destroy one another in all directions except the direction of propagation of the incident wave. The resultant beam will have maximum intensity in that direction and constitutes transmitted beam. Part of this incident light energy get transformed into the energy of motion of the atoms in the medium. It leads to the loss of energy, and as a result the light intensity decreases with distance in the medium. We can say that in this case the medium absorbs light. So, you can see in the diagram the input wave, when it going through the absorbing medium, its amplitude reduces, right. So, this reduction in the intensity of the light with increasing length of propagation in a medium is called as absorption or attenuation of light. We can describe the attenuation of light with the help of absorption coefficient alpha. When a beam of light passes through a thin section dx of a transparent material, let the decrease in the intensity be di. It is found that this di is proportional to the initial intensity of light, that is I, and to the thickness of the medium dx. Thus, di is equal to minus alpha into I into dx. Let us call it equation 1. Where this alpha is constant of proportionality, it is called as coefficient of absorption, that is the fraction of light per unit length of the optical medium. We can separate the variables. So, we can write di upon I is equal to minus alpha times alpha into dx, equation number 2. The total loss of light intensity after passing through a distance x in the medium is obtained by integrating above equation. Thus, if I0 is the intensity at x equal to 0, the value of intensity at distance x is integration over di upon I, limit from I0 to I, is equal to minus alpha integration over 0 to x dx. Therefore, we can write ln of I upon I0 is equal to minus alpha into dx. and therefore we can write I is equal to I0 e raised to minus alpha x. So call it equation number 3. So equation 3 shows that the light intensity decreases exponentially with distance in the medium. That means with the distance, increasing in the distance in the medium, the light intensity decreases exponentially, and this is due to the absorption of the light due to the medium. Now let us consider the gain coefficient. When the active medium is in the inverted state, that means in the population inversion condition, a photon of appropriate energy can stimulate the emission of a cascade of photons. This is the process of amplification. So in the population inversion condition, so that is spontaneous transition, that will emit one photon, and that emitted photon again gives rise to, or this photon starts the process of stimulated emission in the system, right. So this one photon stimulates two photons, so it stimulates one atom to fall back to the ground state. So in this process two photons will be emitted, and these two photons again gives rise to four photons, and four photons, and again gives rise to 8 photons, and this process goes on multiplying, right. So this is the process of amplification. The initial photon may be looked upon as the input signal, the active medium as the quantum optical amplifier, and the emerging light as the amplified light. So just like an amplifier, if we give the input signal through the amplifier, that input signal will be amplified. So at the output we will get an amplified light, right. The degree of amplification is measured as gain, which is the increase in intensity when the light beam passes through an active medium. The gain may be expressed as gamma is equal to 1 upon I into di by dx. The gain may be otherwise defined as the amount of stimulated emission which a photon can generate as it travels a given distance. For example, if gamma is equal to 4 per centimeter, it means that one photon produces 4 photons per each centimeter it travels in the medium. Unfortunately, laser materials have very low gain of the order of 0.0001 per centimeter to 0.01 per centimeter. It means that the photon has to travel a long length of the laser material for producing large amplification. As an example, if we have a material whose gain is 0.001 per centimeter, and if we wish to achieve a large amplification of 1000 times, it is calculated that the light has to travel about 69 meters in the medium. Now let us consider the relation between absorption and gain coefficient. From the expression of gain coefficient, we can write gamma is equal to 1 upon I into di by dx. So we can write I is equal to I0 into e raised to gamma into x. But we know that I is equal to I0 e raised to minus alpha times x, where this alpha is absorption coefficient, and therefore we can write gamma is equal to minus alpha, right. So gamma is the gain coefficient and alpha is the absorption coefficient, right. So in summary, what we learn is, today we learn the absorption coefficient and gain coefficient and the relation between this absorption and gain coefficient. In the next lecture, we are going to study the Einstein's coefficients A21, B12 and B21 and derive the relation between them. Thank you very much.